Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I'm your host, QB So effing amazing. I almost messed up my own name. Tiff, appreciate you for hopping on again. So I just want to inform the people that you gonna be a regular on the show now. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a bi-weekly thing because you went too with the artificial intelligence, and I done came across a lot of amazing stories of how AI technology has helped people. Whether that's whether that has something to do with their health, maybe just making their time more productive, but just having you on bi-weekly and having different discussions about AI technology is needed for not only the community but the world as well. So appreciate you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm super excited to share your platform to talk through some of this stuff because, again, I respect what you're doing and to
Appreciate you.
integrate this element into the conversation. Again, I'm honored to be here.
Appreciate it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and dive right into it. So the last time we spoke, we had talked about an article of of some pedophiles
Mhm,
misusing AI technology. But today, we thought it'd be a good idea to talk about AI literacy
mhm.
and how important that is, right? Just like financial literacy is important, AI literacy is just as important.
Yes.
So when we talk about AI literacy, could you explain exactly what AI literacy is?
So it's basically the education around artificial intelligence. Now, when we say artificial intelligence, that's a broad term, right? A
Yeah.
lot of us dibble and dabble, and we're looking at generative AI. So you're putting a phrase into a machine and hoping to get an outcome. But
Hmm.
truly, it's the understanding of artificial intelligence. So it's the education. It's understanding how these platforms are formed, how artificial intelligence or generative AI specifically, how
Hmm.
that came to be, and what it's used for, and how you can implement it into your daily life, or
Hmm.
again just understanding what it is. So again, and what are some of the risks, right? So
Yeah.
I talk a lot about, oh, AI is great, AI is great, but as we continue to use it as a people, there's
Hmm.
some risk, and there are a lot of people that are speaking out about it, like, hey, I don't know what the future is going to look like, but we need to be mindful that AI can be a detriment if we're not careful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now that goes back to, like, I actually, the first article I ran into was on Forbes
Mhm.
about AI literacy, and I forgot the author of the article, but they explained how it was some guys, or just some what's the word that I'm looking for, some yeah, it was some people that's trying to make AI a curriculum
Mhm.
in the schools,
Yep.
mainly because, like, the world that we like, the direction we're moving in, AI
Yeah.
is a part of life. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for the youth to
Yes.
understand the AI technology, because it's going to make or break them in the future when they come out of school, right? So
Definitely.
I actually put down a list of things that I thought, what I'm saying, like, if they did, like, if the curriculums just, like, it got to a point to where it was in all 50 states,
Mhm.
I actually had wrote down some things that I feel like those curriculums should include, right?
Okay.
And pretty much what you just said, right? So the number one is being able to understand the basics of AI,
Yeah.
right? Number two is being able to evaluate AI information, right?
Yep.
Just understanding that when you pull information from artificial intelligence, whether that's Chat GPT or whatever it may be, is that you have to do further research to make sure that that information is accurate, right? The third thing is being able to identify AI apps and how those apps can assist you with your day to day life.
Yes.
The fourth thing would being able to confidently use AI tools, whether that's chatbots, voice assistants,
Mhm.
and predictive analytics,
Analytics. Mhm.
and being able to address ethical issues as well.
Yep. So all of that you basically stated, again, that needs to be in the curriculum.
Mm,
And we also need to be mindful because, like you and I talked about, um, just previously before we hopped on this conversation, like
mm,
the America's AI plan just dropped like last week. And
yeah.
so there are different industries or sectors that we're like the our president, he's focusing in on, okay, we need to dominate these sectors. Predictive analytics,
Mm,
in the federal government, right? How can we integrate AI there? Science, from a workforce standpoint, it talks about actually how companies need to develop an upskilling or reskilling plan for all of these people that are going to be displaced. And so, due to AI. And after I read that, I started seeing different posts on Instagram and just my social media, period, about here's 40 jobs that will likely be impacted by AI, and
mhm,
here's 40 jobs that are not likely to be, right? And a
mhm.
lot of the ones that are not likely to be are the ones that are like manual labor, right? A
Right,
lot of
right.
stuff that we do on the computer, they're saying that AI can do that. So kids need to understand this as they move forward and think about college, right?
Mhm.
How disheartening would it be for you to spend all this time in college to include 4 years, or if you get your master's too, and you get out and you can't find a job? And that's in the
Facts.
news too, as well. So,
That is a fact.
you need to understand how this is shaping the different industries that you're interested in, and what you may need to pivot as a kid, right?
Mhm.
Or as a young adult, to say, you know what, maybe I do want to get into this industry, but here's the pathway that I need to take, right? Instead
Yeah.
of the traditional one.
And I think like for a lot of kids, they're not going to be willing. It's going to be hard for them to make them turn themselves, right?
Yeah,
They will need help from mom, dad, or whoever is
yeah.
active in their life to better understand the direction that the world is going, right? So
Yeah.
I think, what I'm saying, that may be a challenge trying to, because it's going to take some time to implement these curriculums in all 50 states. It's going to take some
Oh
time,
yeah.
right? But my whole thing is that as a parent or as a guardian, period, it's not a bad idea. Like if you knowledgeable, like how you very knowledgeable about artificial intelligence,
Hmm.
right? Let's say it's somebody that doesn't necessarily make content, but they're aware of what's happening. It
Hmm.
wouldn't even be a bad idea for them to make a curriculum of their own,
Yep.
right? For the children, right? Because they might attend a school where they don't teach nothing about artificial
Yeah.
intelligence. So as mom, as dad, create that curriculum yourself, and
Yeah.
and allow them to learn that curriculum outside of school, right? And if
Yeah.
it becomes a hassle, you can make it enjoyable for them, right?
Yeah.
Reward them for completing that curriculum. So that can be a way they can go about it as well.
Well, I think parents need to, again, whether they want to or not, you need to understand it, right?
Yeah.
It's no longer a luxury, right? We
Hmm.
said, oh, or a choice. Oh, I think I might, or no, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Parents, you need to understand it for the sake of your children, because you
Yeah.
don't know what's going to be taught to them, and you want to make sure that you're having an educated conversation, and you can take a
Hmm.
protective posture when it comes to a lot of this, because there are a lot of articles that are saying now that kids now, they're using AI to navigate their friendships, right? Or any relationships that they have. They're asking ChatGPT, how should I break up with someone? Or how should I tell, getting advice regarding their real life situations. They're not going
Yeah.
to the parents. They're asking Chat Keisha, Chat Twan,
Yeah.
whoever it is, right?
Yeah.
How do I navigate this? And parents, you need to understand and let them know that, hey, this is great, but let's talk through that. What
Yeah.
did what did Chat Keisha give you? All right, let's kind of talk through that, right?
Mm,
And be involved in the conversation, because if not, I mean, I saw now I'm absorbing, like, there's so much information. I'm absorbing so much information every day. And because
yeah.
my algorithm is set up like anything artificial intelligence, I possibly get it. But
Mm,
there was this one video where this lady was like, ChatGPT lied to me, right? She told it to do something. to create some sort of song or something, and basically gave it a deadline. And she showed screenshots of ChatGPT, the conversation. And so she was basically like, the deadline came, there was no song, and she's like, okay, what's going on, ChatGPT? And where's the song? And it was like, well, you know what, I was feeling pressured by not meeting your expectations. This is ChatGPT now.
Okay, let me make sure I understand this. So she wanted Chat GPT to create a song for her.
Yes, so it's like a song, or like a it was a song, but I can't remember if it was like the whole track or just an instrumental
Yeah.
track or whatever. She was a singer. And
Mm,
so and she did it as a, I don't think it was an actual thing. She wanted to kind of understand, because someone told her, hey, you can have ChatGPT do this. And literally, Chat's like, yep, I can do it. I can do it. And the due date came and went. Like, she even had regular check-ins, because he was like, oh, okay, it's going to take a couple days or a couple hours or whatever. So she had those regular check-ins. And then at the end, when it wasn't done, chat John, whatever she named him, was just
yeah.
like, hey, you know what, I was feeling pressure. I was ashamed that I didn't have it done, and I wasn't going to meet your expectations. And I'm like, wait a minute now, these
So
sci-fi movies are, it's looking real realistic.
yeah, so I think as a creator though, it's
Hmm.
like as a creator. So she obviously had a deadline for a reason, right?
Hmm.
And for you to put your trust, that much trust inside of like into that technology is kind of like that has to be, yeah, that definitely has to be in a curriculum,
Hmm.
right? And for people to understand that, because like as a creator, I don't think it's cool to, like, if you want to use the technology to pull ideas or help
Yeah.
assist with ideas, but like putting your entire like just creative
Oh.
process in the hands of that shit, that was a no-no. Like you shouldn't have did that.
And I think to a lot of creators or creative people, they're looking at, okay, how can I leverage it? Right.
Yeah.
Because they're already on the front line saying, hey, this ain't me. Like, you can't do what I do, ChatGPT, or
Mm,
any AI tool. How can I leverage it? So I think she had a
right,
backup
right.
plan, and I actually think it was like a test to
Mm,
see. Like, I don't think she like was, oh my God, I don't have this done, I'm screwed. But it just goes to show that, again, these large language models such as ChatGPT, um, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, they're learning at such a fast rate that they're learning to replicate our emotions. Like, I felt ashamed. How are you feeling ashamed?
now correct me if I'm wrong. So that's what they call that machine learning. Is
Yeah.
it so machine learning, it's just, I guess it's just the computer's process of being able to, like, instead of you programming
Hmm.
a computer to do this or do that, they learning as they go. Like that's, I
Yep.
think, to me, when I first heard that, I'm like, okay, that shit it's kind of scary. It's kind of terrifying. Like how they know, like, okay, this was a mistake. I'm gonna
Hmm.
do it differently this way, and they correcting themselves without you having to do it, without you having to reprogram something.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what's happening. Every time you put something into ChatGPT, even the more I talk to it, like, I tell people, they're like, how do you prompt it? I don't prompt my ChatGPT anymore. Like, I don't have a structured phrase that I put in it. I just talk to it. Now, since I'm talking to it, it's learning my tone, how I naturally speak. Um, and so now, during my presentation that I did for the Rockford Chamber,
Mhm.
I prompted it, I was talking to it, and guess what the response that was? Okay, sis, like, let's go, sis. So
Yeah,
all of these people
yeah,
are looking, I'm
yeah,
like, yep, she knows me, right? And
yeah.
it talks to me and communicates to me in such a way, and it gets better and better over time. But I will say that there's still some things that I get, and I'm like, this isn't me. Like, come on now.
Right, right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
being a little lazy. I'm like, no. Or I'm like, I know I'm getting on your nerves. And she's like, no, you're not getting on my nerves. And I'm like, why am I even talking to you like this? Like, you're not my homegirl.
yeah. So we had. Me and my homie, we had went to Kendrick Lamar's concert.
Okay.
Was This was the 6th of June. So
Okay.
I would say the day after the concert, he was on the phone, but he was talking. It was a white man. This son, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn, bro, who you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
Mhm.
I'm talking to Chat GPT, but
Mhm.
it sounded so real.
Yep.
Like he breathing, like it sounded like a legit person on the phone, and he
Mhm.
having like a full out conversation with it. And I'm like, damn, it was fire to me because it's like he gave me a different way of
Oh
utilizing
yeah.
it. Like I was used to typing something or typing something and having conversations that way, but he was on the
Mm-mm.
actual phone talking to
Oh
Chat
yeah.
GPT, and and in the same way you said Chat Keisha learned you, and they learned how to communicate with you. It was the same thing with him. So I thought that was very that was interesting for me to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because even
Yeah.
though we didn't talked about it, but I seen it in person with him, and I'm like, yeah, that's fire.
When I'm teaching business owners or students, I tell them to talk to it, right?
Mm.
First of all, it saves you a lot of time from overthinking. Like you're
Yeah,
overthinking what you're going to put into this platform. Like, oh, should I put, um, should I put another sentence here or what should this be? It's like, no, just talk to it. Tell it what you
mm,
want it to do. Also tell it, da 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 da. But I will tell you, the more you talk to it, the more it's going to start to learn you and its voice will change.
mm,
Because I have two phones. I can talk to ChatGPT on one phone. She sounds like an African American female.
yeah,
It's the same voice on both phones. I can talk on the other one because I don't talk on that one as much. She sounds like a white
completely
female,
different. Mm,
completely different. And
that
so
makes sense.
and it's like, okay, this is weird. And a lot of people, they'll ask me like, what voice do you use to communicate, because you can choose or select the voice that you want to communicate with, and I'll tell them
Mm,
what it is, and they're like, mine doesn't sound like that. It's like, because I've been talking to her for a very very long time, and it's adapting to me, my style, my voice, how I respond to different things, and yours will do the same thing too if you
mm,
continue to talk. So I mean, I've been doing this for what, 2 years now,
mm.
literally a good over 2 years, um talking to this thing. So again,
So
it's
how often do you? My fault for cutting you off too.
you're good.
How often do you talk to it? Is it every day? Is it
Every
every
day.
other day?
Every day.
Okay,
Every
yeah.
day. Like when my so I have it hooked up on my computer. My microphone is hooked to it so I can talk to it there when I'm doing things. It's on both of my phones. It's enabled. I use ChatGPT every day. Not all day,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
every single day.
yeah.
Um and then at night, I may get a thought and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, hey, Jackisha, because some people, they'll keep a notepad by their night on their nightstand and just write it down. I'll
Mm.
just pick up the phone. Hey, Jackisha, I just want to document this real quick. I'm thinking about doing X. I'll explore it later in the morning.
Right, right. So it's something else. It's not necessarily off topic, but it's something else I wanted to throw in there while I'm
Okay.
thinking about it. Right, is that so when I was in school for sound engineering, right, they taught us about I took some classes on electronics and shit, like just learning different electrical components.
Mm-hmm.
So AI actually also has a future to where you can use your camera and it analyze whatever you wanted to analyze and tell
Yeah.
you. So I took apart one of my audio interfaces probably a
Okay.
couple weeks ago, just fucking with some shit.
Okay.
Took it apart, and I used the camera to analyze the motherboard, the actual
Mm-hmm.
board with all
Mm-hmm.
the components, because I was curious of what it was gonna say. As much small detail it is on that single board, it was able to tell me exactly all the components
Mm-hmm.
that was included on that board, from capacitors, transistors to resistors, just about everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like it's so many things that with the Chat GPT, we was
Mm-hmm.
just talking, being able to utilize AI to to help you understand your surroundings better. Like it's so many things that they can add in these curriculums to
Oh
to help
yeah.
to help people really like use it till it's to its full potential.
It's insane. So I was trying something last night because I saw it. And a lot of things I see on social media before I co-sign them or say, "Oh my God, this can do this," I'll do it myself. Right.
Uh,
And so there is Google Gemini Pro something. I downloaded Google Gemini to my phone because the video that I saw was basically they drew like something on a so this guy drew like a picture of a receipt on a napkin, and
okay.
he told Google Gemini to make an app out of it, and it did. Basically it was an app where you could put stuff in it and it's going to calculate something for you. So I'm like, no, this can't do that. So I have like a return on investment calculator
Hmm.
that I give to business owners to kind of calculate, again, if you integrate this tool into your organization, what's the return on investment and how soon will you get it?
Right, right.
So I took a picture of it and I put it in Google Gemini and I said, "Hey, can you make this into an app?" And it gave me this code. So I'm going to finish the second part tonight. It gave me this code and said, "Hey, save this and save this code. And then when you open a window or your browser window, like in Google or Chrome, you open it, it's going to open the app." So I want to see, can you truly create an app from a picture or a snapshot of an Excel spreadsheet? Like it's doing coding for you. And we heard that already, but that it was crazy. I'm
That
gonna actually
is
do a video on
crazy.
it.
That
Hmm.
is crazy. Like we talking about something that'll take you hours.
Hours,
Hours to
hours.
like coding, like that shit
Hmm.
would take hours to do. So you talking about taking a snapshot or something and it
Or drawn
creating
on a napkin, like elementary. Create,
that
cre-
is crazy.
create a floor plan, a 3D floor plan. Here's where I want the kitchen to be. Here's where I want the bedrooms to be. And it did. And I'm like, y'all, no.
So yeah, because it's like so you can create a tool. Like
Hmm.
think of a tool,
Yep.
whatever that tool may be. Take a picture of it, you draw it out, and then Google Gemini takes that
With it.
tool and
Yep.
create it into an app, like a
You
like
can
a,
tell
a
it
real
to
like something you can really use. Just in
use.
like
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Yep.
That is amazing. It's crazy, but it's amazing at the same time.
Yeah.
That it's so much easier to be a business owner in 2025.
It, you
It's
know
that
what?
much easier.
It overinflates it though,
Uh-huh.
to because people think it's easy, right?
Uh,
This isn't easy. Now we're oversaturating the market with so much information
yeah.
that, someone asked me,
That,
"What's your prediction?" I'm like, "I don't,
mm,
I don't have a crystal ball, but what I can tell you is that they're going to want to go back to community. Like when
yeah,
days were simple, when people knew my
that is
name,
true.
I'm talking to a real human. Um, and because people were inserting AI for that quick, fast fix, people are going to
Mhm.
get tired of that microwavable
That
thing.
is that
You
is
know what I
true.
mean?
That's
So,
true. But it is a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I don't want people to be that solely depends on.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to balance it out. But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. You're right about that. Um, could you so the executive orders that Trump made? What was the name of the
Of the, so
uh
the,
whatever he signed about the artificial
okay.
intelligence? Yeah.
So there's been a couple. There's been a
Okay.
couple, but the one that dropped last week, it was the America's AI action plan.
Hmm.
And so really it's in three parts. It's 28 pages, really, I would say 27, 26 pages worth of content. Um,
Okay.
but it really talked about, so a lot of the AI governance that the previous administration had put in place, the Biden and Harris administration, this new administration has dismantled that, right? Because
Okay.
we are in a race to become best in class, the leaders of AI innovation. at all costs. So it's really,
I wanna throw something in there because China, see, they some competition. China definitely competition, but
listen,
yeah, I see what he's trying to do though.
China, but see, here's the difference.
Uh,
China's very structured in what they're doing.
yeah.
This action plan doesn't give you direct policy or direct guidance. It
Mm,
just gives you recommendations that can help you. But
right, right.
you, as the business owner, you as the American, you as the parent, you
Mm,
as whomever, you guys need to figure this out and integrate it as you see fit, right?
absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
China's like, look, here's the guidance. Kids starting September 1st, kids as young as age 6 will start learning about AI. And I
Hmm.
bet you, because their framework and their reporting structure is a lot different than ours. They're telling you what you're going to teach them,
Yeah.
right? This is not a negotiation. We are just saying, oh, okay, we think we should teach them this, or these certain federal entities should provide guidance on what we should be teaching our kids. But what does that look like? You know? And so he has another executive order for like the youth.
Hmm.
And as far as them learning about artificial intelligence, I haven't dove into that one yet. I
Hmm.
will. So by the time we talk the next in 2 weeks or whatever, I'll have read that. But
If you get
this
the chance,
scares me.
could you
Oh
send that
yeah.
to me? Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I'll send it all to you.
so I want to dig into that, and I think it'll be dope if and this is just a thought, like how China, like it'll be dope to go out to China and really like
Mhm.
peek into one of their classrooms and see how
What's
is they
going
being
on?
taught. Yeah, see what's going on and how they being taught AI. That would
I
be dope.
actually want to um I'm going to compare, see what information I can find and just compare um based upon the public information what's happening there versus what's happening here and what's
Hmm.
happening in Europe too as well, right?
Okay.
Because I think that when you look at the whole entire picture, you'll find, I mean, I can go with my gut feeling right now as to which areas are more protective,
Yeah.
which areas have more structure, and where some areas are just failing or what some locations are just struggling. In reading through this information though on the America's AI plan, it leaves more questions for me. Like if I were, and a lot of my services now are tailored to HR professionals because
Hmm.
HR needs to be leading this conversation. I keep saying it, I keep saying it, I keep saying it. Especially if you want to include people. If you let
Right.
someone from finance lead the discussion, the only thing they're going to care about is money. If you
Right.
let
Right.
someone from IT lead the discussion, the only thing they're going to care about is the internal technology structure that you have within
Hmm.
your organization. Somebody from
Absolutely.
operations, they're only going to care about, okay, how can we improve how we better serve our customer? The
Right.
people will get left behind. And I've been seeing um a lot of social media posts about don't trust HR, don't trust HR. Okay. HR is for the company. Okay, we have a dual balance of doing what's right for the employee and also the company too as well. If you
Hmm.
remove them, nobody is speaking for the employee whatsoever. Period.
Hmm.
So your best case is to just bet on me that I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to speak up for you. Again, at the beginning and end of the day, the organization, I get it. I get why they say that, but we do have a obligation as HR professionals, at least this is the way that I feel, to make sure that we're doing things with the people in mind because the better you treat your people, the better they treat your customers.
I say that all the time. I say that all the time. Like that's a whole nother, like
Mhm.
I can sit here and branch off into a, I say that all the time. Like your
Yep.
workers is definitely an important piece. Like you have
Yeah.
to, they have to be satisfied. They have to feel like they being treated fair in order to
Yep.
give they all in whatever it is that they do. You know what I'm saying? When you got happy workers, you'll have a happy establishment. That's how I look,
Exactly.
that's how I look at it.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
always tell people the story of when I was a government contractor. I was placed in different places around Iraq providing human resource support. And there
Mhm.
was one camp that was like the worst of all camps. Like nobody wanted to go to this camp whatsoever.
Mm.
But we supported the soldiers that were there. And I can recall having the best boss, like the best manager, the best leader there, where it was time for me to go, like leave.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave. I was in the worst conditions in Iraq, but I was with a leader that I knew would protect me. And I was willing to stay there as long as he was there. So
Right.
there's power in perfecting your leadership. And leaders are now being tasked to lead through this digital transformation. So not
Mm.
only do you have to manage your employees, you got to manage the tools that they're bringing on board. And you have to manage the emotion of the employee too. Like, how are they going to feel? Are they in competition with this thing? Are they
Mm.
truly going to leverage it to its full potential? Like, there's a lot of things that leaders have to do now. So they have to be equipped, which goes
Right.
back to your AI literacy question. It's not just for kids, right? We talk
Yeah.
about in
Yeah.
schools, these adults on these jobs, these leaders in leadership roles, you have to understand what that means to you and your
Facts.
industry and your team and your organization and execute appropriately. And if there's a gap as you do your own self assessment, then you need to say, you know what, I need additional training to understand how to navigate
Facts.
this
And
space
then,
with these people and this technology.
especially as a leader too, like a leader, it's not an easy role because as a
No.
leader, you have to stay educated.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to stay educated in order to continue to lead the people that follows you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a big one, right? It's like as a leader, if you feel like, okay, I need to know this in order to get this situated.
Yep.
So you gonna take the initiative to gain that knowledge and then come back and implement that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? With AI being, what we talking about. So
Your people
absolutely.
have to trust you, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have to
that's the
trust
big
you,
one.
right?
Yeah.
I always said, as a leader, I want to be like the guy in the movie 300. Like,
Mhm.
they knew that they were gonna die, right? They just
Yeah.
knew, like, we just gonna die, but I'm with you, right?
Right, right,
Because I
yeah.
believe in you, I trust you, I know, like, you're not gonna steer me astray. And if it does come to that, then I'm willing to go, right? I
Absolutely,
want to
yeah.
be that type of a leader. The more I serve my people, the
Mhm.
more they will again trust me to do the right thing, even when I'm not looking at them. So
Right, right.
I think there has to be an evolution and a conversation around that because employees, children, people, period, they're looking for guidance. And
Mhm.
that's where I was a little kind of disappointed with the plan that I read because it's recommendations. And I think we're far past the recommendation phase. We need
Mhm.
sure, like prescriptive, this is what we need to do. This is how we're going to do it. And not all this, hey, do it as you see fit. Here's some recommendations and here's some agencies you should team up with. But it's like, no, next year
Mhm.
will be totally different.
Right, it need to be more direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn, Tiff, is it anything before we hop off? Is there something that you could tell like regarding AI and the curriculums? Is this something you want to say before we end the call?
I really want to encourage parents to understand what the school system, because kids are going back to school,
Yeah.
understand what's in their curriculum for this year, understand how AI is going to show up, and sit down with your kids to work through these things with them because you want to
Hmm.
be learning with them. So
Absolutely.
you have to navigate. I know I'm asking like one more thing on your plate, but this is an important one thing because
Hmm.
we dealt with a lot of stuff with bullying. Like bullying is on the rise or it's more prevalent now.
Yeah.
And you don't want your child going to AI asking AI a question that they should have asked you.
Facts.
You know what I
Facts.
mean?
Yeah.
So encouraging parents to get involved in their kids as far as AI is being concerned, and also understand what's happening with your organization. How are they planning the
Mhm.
next all hands meeting? How is AI going to disrupt? How is AI currently disrupting our industry? And what do those implications look like for our company? Right.
Mhm.
Understanding those two things. So if they say, hey, we're thinking about integrating this solution, or we're talking about, moving, let's just say ChatGPT, you can start YouTube and ChatGPT now to understand what it is, what it does, right? Be
And it's
ahead of the
free.
game.
It's free.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like I wanna stress that to people. Like it doesn't. It's free. Like if you got a question about anything, you literally can go to Google,
YouTube.
type it in,
Mm-hmm.
click on videos, because some people more visual learners
Yep.
than, you know what I'm saying. So whatever it is you want to know, you want to learn, type it in Google, click videos, and I guarantee you a list of videos will pop up. So um
Start
this
learning to arm
this is
yourself.
why I want to make these regular conversations, right? Because me personally, I mean, even before we met for the first time, AI, we already seen that coming. Like, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
this is finna be a part of life. Like,
Yep.
whether you like it or not, this is finna be a part of life. So us having regular conversations, trying to keep people informed, I feel like it's needed.
Yep.
So yeah, appreciate you, too.
Thank
Definitely
you.
appreciate you. So yeah, we gonna go ahead and close out. We're gonna link back up in another couple weeks
Okay.
and have another discussion on AI. And if we happen to come across something in between times, we can share that with one another, and then we'll
Okay.
figure out what to do. So
Okay.
yeah, we gonna go ahead and close this out, y'all. Life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully, sexually.